Hey guys, welcome back. So for today I'll be showing you how planning and journaling have transpired for the first month of the year using new planner brands that I've only tried this year. Specifically this one, the Nolty. And maybe you could consider this also a new planner for me, the Stalogy A5 grid, but I've already tried this one, the A6 size. This will only be about personal planners because I left my work planner at the office, so I'll probably have a different video for it. So first up is my planner, sort of my catch-all planner. So this is again the Nolty, which I used to log my schedules, tasks, chores, mostly not work related, and I also have some few schedules of my husband too in here. So basically I intended it for daily planning. This houses both forward planning and how the actual day transpired. So to show you, this is the first week of January, so I log my plans for the day at the bottom for priorities, and then in the middle part is where I log how the actual day went, how it happened, and then I also log some few important thoughts or observations towards the day, and then I continued this system all throughout the present. But I actually forgot doing this summary part every week, and now that I'm filming, I'm kind of reminded to do it again on my current week because it kind of gives you time to reflect of how the week went, what things you did good or you did better, or what things needed improvements, sort of that stuff. The first 2 weeks of January, I kind of experimented of having both work and personal stuff logged in the middle part, but somehow I thought that I already have 2 planners for my work planner, so if I include it in here, it would be I would have logged my work stuff 3 times, which is too redundant. So that's why on the 3rd week up to the present, I've only logged personal stuff in this planner. So it did kind of have challenges too, because there are days that I couldn't write anything, since the middle part is mostly the time when I am at the office, and then most other stuff or schedules are or happens after work. So most of the items or logs would be mostly in the bottom part of this space. So I thought of just logging also things that or observations that I find interesting in a certain day. That is to make sure that I also have something to write about in these spaces. So if you haven't watched my previous video, I'll just give you a quick guide on the system that I'm using. So first one is the food tracker at the top of the spread, and then this one, the middle part, is where I log the actual day, how it went, and then the bottom part is mostly my outfit tracker and my plans for the day. This one are the plans and this is the actual. So I normally put entries first at the bottom, just like this when I'm forward planning. I haven't written any entries here because the day hasn't happened yet, but I do have logged my plans at the bottom already. So as for the designs, there's a specific change I did this year, which is post designing my spreads, meaning I log all my entries first, and then I log all my entries either for the day, the whole week, and then putting all the designs after a day finishes or a week ends, and I allot that time, meaning designing my planners, as my me time, since designing planner spreads relaxes me. So this new method I've adopted is very efficient for me because it removes the pressure or the need to design the planner before the week starts, which kind of makes the experience taxing and stressful, which is the opposite of how journaling should feel. So since I have a new schedule of doing the designs, which is after all my entries are already written in here, it turns it again into a relaxing experience because I only do it during my free time, mostly the weekends, where I am relaxed and not stressed, and it's easy to be in the flow state, and it's also giving me something to look forward during weekends and not just chores. So again, these are my spreads for January. You notice that my handwriting became smaller after a few spreads because I find that smaller font sizes matches better with the size of this planner. I also think that I'm gonna be sticking with this icon stamps because it's so simple and it does not clash with any colors because it's only in black, so it's very flexible to match with any stickers. So that would be all for this planner, and then I think I've shown you the calendar, how it looks like. This is how it looks like. There are other sections that I haven't written anything yet, but yeah, I forgot discussing about. So this is my mental health tracker. This is a holistic tracker that I designed. So this has all the I think these are the controllable factors of my emotions or feelings, because these are good habits that I need to do to feel better or to feel good. And then this part is the external factors or contributors that of course affect you. So both are written in here, and then how I felt on a certain day, just to maybe identify, because it does give me a data of what normally causes my negative emotions and what things I did or happened that made me feel better. So I think what I have gotten last year is that if I am productive, I really feel good after the day. I feel fulfilled, something like that. So that's something that I chase now as much as possible on a certain day, so that I won't feel really down or bad, because I've identified it using this mental health tracker. And then I haven't really put entries on my new tries yet and my wish list. I did have few, but I haven't really touched these 2 spreads. I think I really have to put time and effort to log things in here. So anyways, that is my personal planner. Then we will go with my Stalogy, an A5 grid. So this is supposed to be my diary, but it kind of was like that until the 20th of January, but it slowly turned into my commonplace planner. So I've also experimented with the structure of the planner. So the first, I think, 2 weeks of this, which I haven't finished, is where I have 2 spreads in 1 week, and then on the third week is where I tried having 1 week in 1 spread, until finally I've decided not to have, or to give up the structure. So I came to that resolution, because this is so that I remove the limit of how much I need to fill up, or the need to stop once the allotted space is already filled up, because I figured that the days really vary. There are times when I have a lot to write about, and there are times that I don't have any. So I think not having structure is the best option for now. And for the entries, I was supposed to log only how the day went, as I mentioned earlier, because this was supposed to be a diary. But this sort of slowly became a commonplace planner, because I mostly write now my thoughts, because most of the days are really just mundane and just the same as the others, so there's no point of writing about it. That's why I thought of making it a commonplace planner, but not exclusively. I can still write about an interesting happening of the day, but mostly my thoughts would be the majority of what I write in here. So this has been the few topics um, that I've written about. So, like I said, the first 3 weeks or 2 weeks are some kind of a diary. You can observe that in my titles. But towards the end of January, my entries have changed. So I write about the scents that I'm kind of loving right now, because I observe myself loving rose fragrances now compared to what I usually go for, which are citrus or cucumber scents, fresh scents, which are of course understandable if you live in the Philippines, which is mostly in a hot weather. Maybe that's why I'm liking those fragrances before. I don't know it. I don't know if it's just because of my age. That's why I'm liking rose fragrances now. But or maybe because I think that it suits well, or it matches well with my personality, because it has depth and layers. Although it's just an observation about myself, which is something new. That's the benefit of writing in your journal, because you kind of gain self-awareness, because most of the time you're also introspecting. Then I kind of love also watching Love is Blind. I've started watching, the first one I've watched is the Sweden edition, and I was hooked. I was actually surprised that I like sort of dating show, sort of reality show about dating. So I think I loved it because I like observing people, their reactions, how they live their lives in different countries. And then it's like, of course, it's a psychological experiment focusing on love, of finding love. But I love the things I discover about people when watching the series. Their similarities, even though living in different countries. Like how they react when they feel like there is a threat, how they respond, even how they communicate, how they express how they feel, how they break the ice, what causes conflict. The funniest I've seen so far is the couple in Sweden edition, where the guy is an extrovert and the female is an introvert. I think it was the first time that I saw an extrovert sort of suffering because of the silence, thinking that the woman was upset, when actually introverts just have this habit of just not talking. I didn't know that it was that difficult for an extrovert man to comprehend. That's why it was so funny for me. And then I also write about INFJ friendships, because of course I am an INFJ, and I just tested the MBTI personality of my two best friends this year, and it turned out that both of them are different personality types. The one, my best friend who lives in the Philippines is an INTJ, and my best friend who resides in Japan is an ENFP. So I couldn't believe that it's straight up textbook fact, because it's what it says. If you're an INFJ, this is a certain type that you would get close to. So it's sort of like also a confirmation that I am really an INFJ, because sometimes I still wonder if I am one, even though I've tested for more than 3 times in different years. I still have the same results. I don't know if other INFJs can relate with this, not confusion, but doubt maybe. And the biggest surprise is finding out that my mom is an INFJ too, because I thought of her as very domineering, and I didn't think that I'm like that, even though my husband tells me that I am. So it's something worth looking into further. So yeah, those are the thoughts that I've written about this month and kind of made time to think about. And also, just to show you a bit of my supposed to be a Bible study or reflection journal, which is in the starting at the rear side of this planner, because I think that it's important for me to, of course, put time and effort for my spirituality. That's why I have allotted space for it too. And then, since you've seen all my spreads now for January, I will be sharing about my sort of brain dump planner. So this is a planner, or maybe a journal, where I write about my feelings, something that I can't share with anyone. These are the 2 planners. Anyways, these are the 2 planners I bring with me every day. This one is left at home. So I thought of not really putting any designs in this planner, because this is only for me. So, but now, after a month of using it, I find that putting few stickers and designs would make it again much more appealing to me to write, because sometimes you do have times that you are too lazy to even open this planner. But of course, it's very healthy that you write about how the day went, how you felt, both negative and positive, just to unload. That's why it's important for me to write things in here. But since I kind of lost that spark or motivation to do it, I thought of putting designs in this planner, so that I be much more enthusiastic. And I also did some few additions besides the stickers. I sort of have this very simple design of having a larger font as a title, or even just the date, just to make it more interesting to look at for me. Like, it's just hard because I'm kind of hiding what I've written. So that kind of just additional simple design to make your planner interesting. Very simple and very doable. because the first few spreads are just so basic, like this one. It doesn't make the planner interesting to write. So just having that few improvements makes the difference. Oh, sorry. And so anyways, I think that would be all for today. So just in case I missed something and you want to ask me about it, you can definitely put in the comment section where I could respond to you. I hope you'd be here again for the next post or video. Thank you again for watching. Have a nice day.